were the couple everyone pointed to as proof that young love could survive fame. Until it didn't. Kristy, Sarah, and Desmond Scott looked unbreakable online, but behind the perfect posts, something fragile was slowly wearing down.
We're going to the movies today, and this is the outfit of the day. The theme, 90-degree angle.
And this is where the story really begins. Kristy, Sarah, and Desmond Scott weren't celebrities in the traditional sense. They didn't come from Hollywood or reality TV. They built everything from their phones, their home, and their everyday lives. Over time, they became known as a family influencer couple, sharing skits, parenting moments, and slices of domestic life that felt oddly familiar to millions of people watching. They dominated platforms like TikTok and Instagram, where short-form, emotionally driven content thrives. Their videos weren't flashy. No luxury flexing, no manufactured drama. Just routines, jokes, marriage moments, and the chaos of raising kids. And that's exactly why people connected. Audiences didn't just follow them, they recognized themselves in them. The tired smiles, the teamwork, the quiet understanding between two people is building something together. Their content felt authentic, not because it was perfect, but because it felt lived in. Over time, the relationship became more than a marriage. It became a brand, a symbol, proof that love, family, and success could grow side by side online. And once that image was set, millions believed in it as much as they did.
Hey, dog boy!
Mama's belly.
And here's the part that made people root for them even harder. Kristy and Desmond didn't meet as adults with polished lives. They met young, around age 14, before social media fame, before audiences, before expectations. They grew up together in real time, learning who they were while learning who they were together. As the years passed, their relationship unfolded publicly. Milestones weren't just personal memories. They became shared moments with an audience watching from the sidelines. That kind of visibility can feel validating, but it also locks a couple into a narrative early. They married in 2014. Still young, still evolving, stepping into adulthood as partners. Like any young marriage, there were adjustments, pressures, and growing pains. Things most couples experience privately. But for them, even growth happened under a lens. That history is why fans believed their bond was unbreakable. They had survived adolescence, adulthood, and early struggles together. If they couldn't make it, people wondered, who could? And this is where everything started to feel solid. Almost too solid. When Kristy and Desmond welcomed their sons, Vance and Weston, their content naturally shifted into family life. Diapers, late nights, and inside jokes only parents understand. Their pages became a digital home, and viewers were invited in. Their videos leaned into parenting moments. Funny, chaotic, sometimes tender. Nothing felt staged. It looked like real life, just edited enough to fit a screen. That's what made it powerful. People didn't just watch, they trusted. As their audience grew, so did opportunities. Brand deals followed, sponsorships. A lifestyle that expanded alongside their reach. They weren't just creators anymore, they were entrepreneurs. One major step was the launch of Meant to Be Films, a wedding videography business that quietly reinforced its image as a couple built on love and commitment. But here's the quiet truth. Their success depended on unity. Their brand worked because they worked. And once love becomes infrastructure, pressure stops being optional. And just when doubts seemed impossible, they doubled down on the dream. In 2024, Kristy and Desmond celebrated 10 years of marriage with a lavish redo wedding. A vow renewal that felt symbolic, emotional, and deeply intentional.
You like it?
10 years, girl, and you still know how to lie.
Publicly, they spoke about growth, commitment, and choosing each other again. The message was clear. This wasn't survival. It was strength. Fans loved it. Clips circulated everywhere. People called it goals, proof that young love could mature without breaking. But in hindsight, this moment landed differently. Because the irony wasn't obvious then, it only surfaced later. What looked like a celebration may also have been reinforcement, a way to anchor something already under strain. Big gestures can sometimes be love, and sometimes they're reassurance. Looking back, fans began noticing what they missed. The formality, the performative weight, the way the moment felt more public than personal. And this is where silence started speaking. Slowly, almost invisibly, Desmond appeared less in Kristy's videos. Not gone, just quieter. Background instead of center. Meanwhile, Kristy's tone began to shift. Her captions felt more reflective, more independent. Still positive, but different. The content changed too. A few moments, more solo framing, more focus on routine, structure, and self. At the time, it didn't feel alarming. But after the divorce news, fans went back and rewatched everything, frame by frame, caption by caption. That's when patterns emerged. Not drama, distance. Not fights, absence. Kristy and Desmond didn't announce problems. They simply stopped presenting unity the way they used to. And when a relationship is built in public, that quiet shift can mean everything. And this is the moment where speculation stopped and reality hit hard. On December 30th, 2025, court records confirmed that Kristy Sarah officially filed for divorce from Desmond Scott in Harris County, Texas. No teaser video, no dramatic announcement, just paperwork. This was the end of a chapter that had lasted most of their lives. One detail stood out immediately. Kristy requested the restoration of her maiden name. To many, that felt symbolic. Not anger, not a spectacle, just reclaiming identity. The internet reacted instantly. Screenshots spread. Comment sections exploded. Fans who had watched them grow up together struggled to process it. A relationship that felt permanent suddenly had an end date. And that's why this moment broke the internet. And then came the detail no one wanted. But everyone read twice. In the divorce documents, alleged infidelity was cited. Not with sensational language, but with legal precision. The filing stated there was no reasonable chance of reconciliation. That single sentence carried weight far beyond the courtroom. It was framed as trust being broken to a point that couldn't be repaired. Fans reacted fast and emotionally. Some felt betrayed on Kristy's behalf. Others urged restraint, reminding everyone that marriages are complex and private. The divide was sharp. Shortly after the divorce news surfaced, a video of Desmond kissing another woman began circulating online. It didn't creep. It exploded. Across platforms, across timelines, reposted, slowed down, dissected. The speed was unreal. Within hours, opinions were cemented. Soon after, the woman seen in the video publicly denied being involved romantically with Desmond, pushing back against assumptions.
I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. I am not the one he cheated with. Everyone involved in the situation knows that it was not me. And let's clear the air right now. I am definitely not transgender. I've always been a girl. I was born a girl. I am a girl. I'm just a girl. I love being a girl.
And eventually, Desmond spoke. In a public video statement, Desmond Scott addressed the situation directly. His tone was controlled, careful, and measured. He offered an apology, not with dramatic explanations, but with acknowledgement. He admitted to making choices he wasn't proud of, without expanding on details or assigning blame. Instead, he shifted focus. Repeatedly, he emphasized co-parenting, responsibility, and the importance of protecting their children from the noise surrounding the divorce. He asked for privacy, something that sounded almost ironic given how public their lives had always been. Fan reactions were split. Some appreciated the restraint and accountability. Others felt the lack of specifics created distance rather than clarity. But what stood out most wasn't what he said, it was what he didn't. No defenses, no counter-narratives, just acceptance. And while Desmond spoke, Kristy stayed quiet, but not invisible. Kristy never posted a dramatic response. No long captions, no explanations. Instead, she let small signals speak. There were no accusations, no public anger, just emotional undertones. Resilience without performance. Would you have stayed quiet or spoken your truth publicly? And this is where the story stopped being just about them. Fans didn't react like observers. They reacted like participants. Many felt personally betrayed, as if something promised to them had been taken away. That's the reality of parasocial relationships. When audiences spend years watching love unfold on their screens, boundaries blur. The relationship feels shared, even though it never was. Living love publicly creates expectations that no relationship can realistically meet. Growth becomes performance. Privacy becomes suspicion. Kristy and Desmond didn't just lose a marriage, they lost the illusion millions were holding on to. And once an audience feels ownership, letting go becomes painful. And when the noise fades, the lesson stays. Kristy and Desmond's divorce highlights the gap between online image and lived reality. What looks effortless on screen often requires enormous emotional labor behind it. When love becomes monetized, intimacy starts carrying expectations and metrics. That pressure compounds over time, especially when children are involved, especially when privacy becomes negotiable. Influencer marriages don't just balance two people. The long-term cost isn't just emotional exhaustion, it's identity loss, burnout, the struggle to separate who you are from what you post. For audiences, there's a takeaway too. What we consume shapes what we expect, and sometimes, stepping back is the healthiest response. Kristy, Sarah, and Desmond Scott's story isn't about scandal, it's about pressure. About what happens when love slowly turns into content, and private moments become public expectations. So here's the real question. Can relationships survive when love becomes a brand? What's your take? Drop it in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. There's more coming.